G'day, I'm Lily Grace, and I'm here hanging out with the Vegas podcast. You'll have 4 hours typically to write a song.
4 hours to write a song?
That
How long have you been performing?
long time. I started busking when I was 12, so it's kind of been my thing.
I'm Kristin Taylor, and I know that I'm not the handsome host that you're used to, but we have a very interesting guest today, one that I'm very excited to interview. She is an Australian-born pop and country artist with an album out called Old Enough to Know Better in 2024, and a new single earlier this year called Me, Myself, and Wine. She's here to perform at the NFR, and it's lovely Miss Lily Grace. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Just kind of want to know a little bit about you. You recently moved to the States.
I did.
Yeah.
I moved here in January, which is so special, and it's been the goal for me for a really long time. So I got my visa in December, 1 year ago today, actually, which is really cool. Moved over here, and I've just been pursuing the whole thing. I'm living in Nashville now, but touring around and meeting all these cool people, which is the biggest blessing. So it's been fantastic.
What's the thing? I read an article about you that said that you had hoped In-N-Out would show up. Is there some stuff here that you just kind of fell in love with? In-N-Out Burger is kind of, a West Coast staple.
To try all the things. I did In-N-Out, and I went in there and I shamelessly asked for like the crazy hat. I was like, I need the hat for my Instagram photos. But each place you go to has its own unique little thing, which is so special.
And it's just kind of different.
Oh, so different. Like West Virginia, it's pepperoni rolls. Like there's all these crazy things. I just try to talk to people and figure out what those crazy things are so I can experience them too.
Put them in your memory bank.
Big time.
Wonderful. So how long have you been performing?
Long time. I started busking when I was 12. So it's kind of been my thing, honestly, forever. I never thought of it to be my full-time career when I first started, but it's just grown into that, playing more gigs, writing more songs. And now I get to do it full-time and live across the world and pursue this dream, which is so special.
That's awesome. And you are a songwriter.
I am.
Are all of the songs on your first album, did you write all of those?
Yes, I did.
I was really actually, when I started listening to your music, I thought, wow, you have a really mature voice.
Thank you.
For a
I
young
appreciate
age.
that.
When did you start writing that album?
It was my first album, so I feel like you start writing your first album when you start writing songs. But I spent like a solid year and a half on trips back and forth to Nashville between Australia, writing that project. And it's one I'm super proud to stand behind because at the time, like we'd written like 150 songs to choose those 8. And I felt like it was a really strong reflection of where I was at for a given point of time. It's Old Enough to Know Better about celebrating bad decisions, but also just a really, honest insight into where I was.
That was one of, I was listening to Can't Be Your Juliet.
Oh, yeah.
And it was an interesting thing to me, and we talked about this before we went on camera, that you probably get compared to Taylor Swift a lot. One of the differences that I noticed in that song is that instead of being this, oh, I'm looking for love and I just want to be a part of a couple, you were like, I really have this dream that I'm going to focus on. And that was kind of the theme throughout the album, was a little bit more about, this is about me.
Sure.
I'm standing, so I like that there was kind of a, when you start writing songs like that, is it personal experience?
I appreciate that. Yes, it's a combination. Most of it is stuff I've experienced, or it's people who are really close to me have experienced it. So if my friend has told me a story, or there's something, I feel like when you're close to your girlfriends, like when they go through something, I go through it too. So a lot of those songs are also about their experiences and conversations we've had and just going through that and navigating it all. But again, like I'm just writing music for people like me. I mean, young girls who are navigating this stage of life. And as honest as I can be in writing those songs, I feel like that's how I'm going to connect with people. So that's always the goal when doing so.
So the new single, Wing Woman, Me, Myself, and Wine,
Yes.
you can kind of hear a shift in the sound. Again, kind of an evolution of your songwriting. And again, I read an article that said, oh, it's a post-breakup anthem. Is that something that influenced this new album?
Yes. We're working towards the next album of music at the moment. And it's really fun because I feel like, again, debut project, so proud to stand behind that. But it was my first, ever real release of music into the world. So now just growing up as a young woman, experiencing things, and Old Enough to Know Better was a lot of first times for me. It was the first time, moving out of home, first time navigating relationships, first time graduating, and all these new things. And now I feel like just growing up, it's not a first time as much, it's more of an experience. And I feel like that's coming from a more mature perspective in writing these songs. So it kind of shifts, and it's interesting how you look at things differently just as you grow up and as you experience more things. So I think the next project is going to be a bit more insightful into where I'm at right now. But yes, Me, Myself, and Wine is like your post-breakup anthem. It's been hilarious. We've been going savage on social media promoting it. Like, we have been going rogue with all this hilarious content and having so much fun with it. But it's been a really cool release to put out.
Well, and what are your, some of your early influences when you were listening to music? Mm-hmm. What was the thing that made you go, I really want to pick up a guitar and I want to play?
My mom, always played the acoustic version around the house, and she would have the candles burning, Ed Sheeran, Boyce Avenue. So initially, that was my first influence, was very acoustic style stuff. And I really started in that singer-songwriter kind of field. My dream when I was 12 was to sing at a cafe. I was like, oh my goodness, my singing teacher sings at a cafe. I would love to do that. And that was what I was just working towards initially. And then I guess it evolved as I, drew influence from different people. I also love Hunter Hayes, Maddie and Tay, Kelsey Ballerini, Megan Maroney, Taylor Swift, obviously.
Yeah.
And that sound kind of develops a little bit more pop, which is really cool. And I feel like just drawing from different things, and it's interesting how in a moment of time, you're so drawn to one thing, but then as time passes, you realize how much you value another too.
Yeah, I definitely heard a shift between the debut and the sophomore, sound. That there's a kind of an evolution. There was a real pop,
big time.
When in your first album, and this definitely feels much more mature and a little more life experience kind of coming in, And so you start out so young, and you're using all of these personal experiences to write this music, which, again, very impressive, because
Thank you.
a lot of people have personal experiences and they don't go write hit songs. So you're extremely talented. But
it's very sweet.
How do you take that cafe dream, you're playing in a cafe, to, you've been doing some pretty big tours?
Yeah, I'm very thankful. I mean, I didn't feel like anyone starts out thinking it's going to be their full-time career. I just started because I thought it was fun and I liked singing for people. I was really lucky. My first kind of start in Australia, when I was 15, I met this guy named James Blundell, who's a platinum artist in Australia. And I was set to open a show for him and another artist. And last minute, she had to pull out, and I got called up to be the co-headliner. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. He's like, will you co-headline with me? I was like, absolutely. Sign me up.
Yes.
And I was the most persistent, annoying 15-year-old child. I was like, can I write a song with you? I'd love to write a song with you. I must have asked him 8 times. And he was like, yeah, I'd be so down. Let's write a song. And we wrote that song. We sung it on the radio to promote the show. And a bunch of people called in and said they loved the song. So we ended up putting it out. It went #1 on Australian country radio. And that was my first introduction to the Australian scene. So I was just, honestly, someone took a chance on me. And it was this moonshot opportunity. And I'm so thankful for him, his whole family, and just the camaraderie of Australian music. But from there, getting into my own music, putting it out, keeping on working and honing that sound. And now I'm doing the exact same thing, and just here in the States, building that brand.
And how cool is it that, you were brave enough to ask 8 times or 10 times,
annoying enough.
Really being persistent with it. Do you, we do obviously the Mentor Empire and the Vegas podcast and all that stuff. Have you sort of found someone that you're kind of mentoring along that, you might want to work with in the same way, kind of lift that person up?
Yes and no. I would say I have relationships with people in the country music scene, and any way I can help them, I'm always so willing to. I think this community just loves to lift each other up. So whenever anyone reaches out for help or can lend a hand, it all comes back around, which is so beautiful about this scene. I feel like everyone who's in it is in it for the right reasons, which is amazing. So everyone's, a good-hearted person just loving country music.
It'll be exciting to see how you evolve and how those stepping, the people that you bring up.
I can't wait to.
What fun. Mm-hmm. I'm really excited to hear how your sound, So you said your mom played. That was the main influence? Was it just music around your house and you sang something and she went, oh my gosh, we got to, sing more.
I think my parents gave me vocal lessons for Christmas or something, and then it turned into guitar lessons. Then it was, vocal and guitar lessons and dancing and gymnastics. I always love those kind of things. But my mum comes from a town called Tamworth, which is like the Nashville of Australia, on a smaller scale, but it's like the country music capital of Australia. And there's a big festival there every year called the Tamworth Country Music Festival.
Yes.
And our family have a farm just nearby. So she was like, we have to go and visit our family. And I was like, well, we should do it around the festival so I can sing. So I think that was my first kind of introduction to it. I was 12 when I went to my first one, and I was busking on the street. And I actually got chosen out of this like busking competition to perform on like the main stage, and there was like a busking thing.
No
and
way.
I just met so many cool people. And I think initially, like really, Kristin, it was the people. I was like, people are so beautiful in this industry. Like one of our biggest artists named Troy Casadele, he was staying next door to us in the hotel. And he knocked on my door and he like came over and gave me some words of encouragement. I was like, what the heck? This is like one of our, country heavyweights.
Big deal.
Right? So I think like that was the first thing for me where I was like, wow, like I feel so appreciated, supported, cherished by these people. And then second to that, like I started listening to the music thoroughly and I was like, wait, this is actually good. I like it. So it's been an interesting journey, but again, just I think it's a combination of good people, good music, and just being in this wonderful community that's kind of kept me in it.
There's definitely an energy of being around artists of any kind.
100%.
But yeah, I can't imagine those festivals when you are literally surrounded with that kind of musical energy. It's got to be just...
It's so special.
Yeah, just an insane feeling to just be next to, whether it's your idols or total unknowns. There's, that kind of goosebump moment where you go, wow. I'm here with some of the greatest creators.
I know.
It's got to be such a rush.
It's so cool.
Oh my gosh. Have a headlining tour coming up? Is that something that's happening?
We've been touring all over the States since moving here, which is so cool. So I'm getting to meet all these cool people, experience these cool cultures. I actually go back home for Christmas as well, and I'll be doing a show there, which will be fun. Just a little pop-up one to show my face and see some hometown people. But yes, we did a headline tour in Australia this March. And then just across the States, I've been playing a ton of places.
What is it like? I mean, when you take off and you're like, okay, we've got all of these dates. I mean, is it just kind of a blur?
It's so fantastic. Like, I mean, in Australia, it's like a real headline tour where it's like back-to-back dates, and it's awesome. It's so special. Like, again, I'm writing these songs about things I'm going through with the intent of trying to connect with people. And like on that Australian tour, like there's these people who come out and they sing the words and everything, and it's like, oh my goodness, this is exactly what you do it for. So I'd say more than anything, like it's rewarding, but it's also very grounding that you get to connect with people who are going through the exact same thing you have. And I mean, hearing stories about, girls who were in a relationship and Can't Be Your Juliet was their song because they had something else they wanted to do as well. That's something I think is so beautiful. And I'm like, wow, I love that I can give you that song and help you work through that experience. That's all I want to do. And I mean, to get to is really amazing.
There cannot be anything better
than
hearing your lyrics
literally
sung back at you and people
so
knowing
special.
your story and all of that stuff and just kind of connecting that way.
It is the
That's
most
insane. There is this, especially when you're songwriting or things, because I don't possess that talent. I wish I did, but the ability to kind of put that into paper. Do you hear a melody when you're writing this stuff, or does it come, you write something down and you go back to it and it just kind of evolves from there? Do you just like get into it, sit down and just start, just song after song after song? Or
the process kind of varies, like depending if I'm in town or if we're touring. When I'm touring, like it's very much independent writing because I'm in hotel rooms and it's like, when can I find time to write? But when I'm in Nashville, like Nashville is a very regimented songwriting routine. Like it's a full-time job for a lot of people.
Really?
So, I mean, we schedule sessions 3 months in advance, and you'll have sessions on the calendar. You'll have 4 hours typically to write a song.
4 hours to write a song?
That's kind of standard. Like you block like 4 hours for it. So for me, like when I'm writing in Nashville is I'll like bank those ideas. So anything I'm going through, like they're in my diary for when I have these sessions. So I have things to bring in. But I'm very melody dominant. So that's my strength is I'll come in and come up with the melodies and give them a concept, and then we'll kind of develop it from there. I do write lyrics as well, but I like to surround myself with people who are really poetic and really fantastic with that. Because that pushes me to be better in that respect too. So
yeah,
it's really cool.
What kind of a fun little think tank too. Like,
it's great.
Again,
it's hilarious though. I mean, the funniest thing is like a lot of these songwriters, sometimes I'll be set up through my management and I haven't met them. And I'll get there and I'm like dropping my deepest, darkest secrets about like everything that's happening in my friends' lives, my lives. I'm like, we're best friends now. I love this. So
oh my gosh, that is pretty personal.
It's fun.
Oh my gosh. Have you ever had anybody just completely massacre? Like you have this vision of something and you're like, no, stop. This is a very sad song and you've made it something completely different, or does that work sometimes?
Sometimes, but I feel like it depends what you're writing for. I mean, you can write for Cut, which is writing for other artists. And if it's like that, I feel like you just part with it and you will write whatever is the best way. But when it's for my project, I do feel like people are very understanding and she has to stand behind this song. She has to release it and sing it for the next 4 years. And people typically, are very accommodating and, where you want to lead it, they'll kind of lead it with it. I feel like that's kind of just the general thing in Nashville, but there is just so many fantastic writers. Like it is so inspiring to be there. Every single day I'm like intimidated and challenged. I'm like, I need to keep working hard to be, to just keep up with these people and to do the whole thing. But it's an inspiring place to be for that reason too.
Yeah. Well, and you're, right at the beginning of like, 20 years from now, there's going to be some young, lovely lady going, oh my gosh, I want to write like Lily Grace.
We're working on it.
Yeah. Well, you seem to have, you said yourself, you have 150 songs that you're choosing from, and you've got a lot in that little bank there. It's kind of cool.
Big time.
I don't know if I could do. That's a lot of stress.
It's a lot of fun.
A lot of stress. Is your family here with you? Or?
My family back home in Australia.
Yeah. So you're just kind of here. And you've been to Vegas. You played here a couple of times before.
I have, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of like just the whole West Coast you've been to California, you've been doing all this stuff. It's a different breed, huh?
It is. Vegas is wild. Like every time I play here, everyone is ready to party. It's hilarious. But they always bring good energy, which is fantastic. Yeah. So it's my 3rd time in Vegas this time. Busiest time as well because NFR is on and everyone is roaming the streets in cowboy hats, which I am loving. Yeah. So I feel like it's a really cool time to be here. But across the board, like I just think as well, like as a small town Australian girl, like Vegas is always seen as, the entertainment capital of the world. Like it's just cool to be here and be in this scene.
You get here and it's real small.
It's awesome though, and everyone's so nice. I'm like, I love this.
That's wonderful. I love that you come to visit us more often.
Thank you. We haven't announced our tour dates for next year, but they will be coming up. We're working towards album 2 at the moment. We sometimes talk about like Australian and American differences, just for funny stuff like that.
Yeah, I kind of want to know a little, like, again, I don't know anything about Australia. I feel so silly, but I know that it's very large. So, a lot of European people are like, oh, the United States is really spread out because in Europe you can go to 5 countries in 5 hours or whatever. So, yeah, what's the differences that maybe make it harder for you to just day to day? What do Americans do that you're like, that is insane, and we don't do that in the real world?
The real world. I think it's hilarious. Like, honestly, across the board, like, it's very similar. There's this saying, America sneezes, Australia catches cold. And it's kind of about the influence of America in Australia. So I feel like even like our radio programming, like it's so heavily American focused. That's been kind of what I've been raised on. So it's kind of cool to just like see both sides of it, but it's also so different to what I thought it would really be.
What did you think it would be?
I don't know. I guess like there's so many different cultural things that I didn't know existed. Like, I mean, tailgates are a thing here. What else? I'm trying to think. Like, I mean, cornbread, like all this southern food. Like, country people are really, really country. I mean,
you don't have that there.
Well, we do, but it's kind of hard to explain. It's a little different. Like, I'd say it's more, I guess, like the stereotypical, like, American country stuff isn't like a stereotype. Like, it's actually a real thing here. Like, people have the biggest trucks in the world. Like, your parking slots in Nashville are twice the size of ours back home. Like, we do not have mega trucks.
We are consumers of
big trucks.
Yeah, and we're just consumers. You would never find a Humvee in Europe either. It's not fuel efficient and cost effective. So yeah, we are kind of the country of excess.
It's so cool that, like, I mean, I saw the Bass Pro Shop thing as well. Like, that's insane. It's like a Disneyland for people who love the outdoors,
it's huge. And that's just one of many.
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, the rodeo scene, like everything, they say everything's bigger in Texas, like everything's bigger in America. I mean, it's really cool to see, just such culture and everything like that. And we totally have that back home as well, but it's different in its own way. Like, I mean, I feel like even culturally, like humor and stuff. Like I find different things funny that aren't as well received in the States and vice versa. So little things like that have just been navigating those. I feel like I'm losing my accent by the day because I spend so much time with Americans. But I'm going back home soon. I'll come back refreshed and ready.
Pump it up a little bit.
Exactly.
So who are you hoping to either, meet, whether it's in Vegas or in the States, or collaborate with? Like, do you have a dream of something where you'd go, if I could make music or, do something, write a song for this person? Is that something that you think about ever?
I know it's cliche, but I feel like Taylor Swift. She has just inspired me so much. I think as someone who's a young girl who moved to Nashville so young and started pursuing that, I see some of myself in her and what she did, and that's kind of, been such a model influence for me. So someone like that, although she is like way up high,
everything,
I think would be insane.
I have to say though, listening to, I'm a little bit older, so her early stuff was wonderfully age appropriate for someone who was 14, 15, 16 years old, I couldn't really get into it the same way because it was a little too tween for me.
Sure.
As she's evolved and aged up a little bit, I've enjoyed her music a little bit more. But I have to say, even in that, those early years, her debut album versus yours, you have a very mature, not only sounding, like it's very Whitney Houston, she was so young and it was this massive voice.
This is so sweet. Thank you.
Truly though, that it was just this massive voice that I thought, oh wow, that's a grown woman. But again, your writing style is a lot more mature. You hear a lot of, I want to fall in love and I want to do, and yours is just so much more empowered.
Sweet.
Like woman empowerment.
Thank you.
So just as someone who listens to music a lot, that I critique it because I'm that way, but I was kind of taken aback and I thought, wow, she's a lot older than her years.
Oh, well, thank you so much. That's so sweet. It's kind of interesting. I mean, when I first started coming to Nashville, I was hooked up to write with a bunch of people who are, I'd say, legacy writers. Like they've written, some amazing songs for like Blake Shelton back in the day or George Strait. But I mean, they're definitely older people. And the cool thing about it is I'm coming into these writing rooms with such a naive perspective. And it's like, I'm going through this is happening, this is where I'm at, and I have this title that might be able to work. And to have kind of the balance of someone coming in so green and then someone who's so seasoned. I mean, it's a fresh idea from their perspective, but then also for me, it's someone to kind of, level-head it and make it, present that idea the right way in the best way we can. I think it's been really cool to just craft those songs and work with people from such different, walks of lives and age gaps to make those songs. It's been really cool.
You're not as naive anymore because the more you sit in those rooms, the more your writing style evolves.
Big time.
It's exciting. I'm excited to see where it will evolve.
Thank you. We're working for it. We're having a great time doing so, and I'm just thankful to be here and chasing after it every day.
Well, we really are happy that you came to Vegas to play. So you're going to be, for the National Finals Rodeo, you are going to be at the NFR Stetson stage, which is at the Rio.
Yes.
You're going to be there tomorrow at 2 p.m. and then at the Lapa Lounge. Lapa Lounge at 6 p.m., which is also at the Rio.
Correct.
Okay. And then on the 5th, you're going to be on the Stetson stage again at 11 a.m.
You got it.
Are you going to stick around?
I am. We're for a little bit. I'm heading to Florida for a show on the 6th. So I have to head out for that, unfortunately. But either way, I'm just excited to make the most of what we can get of NFR. I feel like it's such a widely recognized event. So to experience that and just, the mecca of country music for a week, it's going to be a really cool time.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
Honestly, thank you for coming on the show. I look forward to seeing everything that's going to come out in the future. I think you're an incredible woman, and I'm super excited to see what's coming up. So anything else you want to add about release dates or new singles?
Just like to connect with me on social media. The best place to do that with Lily Grace Live, Lily Grace Live on Instagram, Facebook, whatever you're on. But thank you so much for having me, Christy. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Thank you guys for joining us, and tune in for more NFR stuff later this week.